December's here, December 1st. My son's 7 today. We had a good Thanksgiving holiday. We've got NFL up and down the board. Welcome into Nuke the House. Welcome in my man, Ramon Scott, and myself, Holden. I hope everybody's having a good one. You can get in right now. Nuke the holidays. If you want to check out our plays today, get Keg's plays on the spreadsheet. I think Maddie just put some in there as well. So we've got a bunch of NFL plays today. We'll have our live show this afternoon, 1 and 4 o'clock behind the paywall, Sunday Night Football. I think we're just at about 2,100 subscribers. We get one more subscriber, we'll do Sunday Night Football for free tonight. So let's get to 2,100 and let's get into things here, Ramon. Week 13 already. Little bit of weather's going to be out there in Buffalo tonight with the Niners and the Bills. Not too worried about the weather this afternoon. Cold really doesn't affect anything with the sides of the totals. Hello, Mr. Scott.
Hey, I would subscribe, Holden, but my agreement with you folks here at Nuke the House is come on and do a show each week, and I get the picks for free. So if you guys want to try that, you can come on and be with Holden. But I've got this season locked down here. Thanks, Keg.
Yeah, appreciate that. Hey, let's get into this slate here. And we're just going to go right at the top because I want to hear if there's much line movement that we've had, right? So, you know, you look at this Chargers-Falcons game. This to me, and we are invested in this game heavily at Nuke the House, right? So it's two teams fighting for the playoffs. You know, the Chargers, any shot of them winning the division is done. With the Chiefs winning one possession games every week for the last year. I think it's 14 straight one-score games they've won. But, you know, now we've got the Chargers and the Falcons, and this line has come down to Chargers -1. I saw it at 1.5 this week. I saw it at 2. Chargers on the road, slight favorites. 47 is the total. Ramon, what are we seeing in this one?
Holden, the Chargers are my team. You're a Broncos. So, look, all due respect, I love what Denver's doing, too. I love Bo Nix. I've been with Bo Nix, but don't forget about Justin Herbert. He's about to pass Jameis Winston for the most passing yards, second most passing yards behind Manning, of course, and he's probably going to pass Manning over the first 5 years of his career. So, look, the move is to the over. It's hard pressed to find Atlanta unders. It feels like if you look at the stats kind of over the last couple of years, these guys are almost automatic here at this point. But look, Atlanta with when they play, Atlanta plays those two high secondaries. People say that the Chargers want to run the ball. I get that, right? That's the Harbaugh way, but that shouldn't be what the Chargers should be doing. And I don't think Harbaugh tries to dictate. I think he knows what weaknesses are on defenses. I think you see the Chargers airing it out here. I think you've got, look, McConkey should have a big game here against this type of defense. Stonehands Johnston, I practically broke this TV behind me on Monday night. Right, if you're talking about due for a bounce back game, now Johnston really has been, a disappointment in his career, but he's had injuries, whatever. You saw the frustration. They're going to look to try to get him some confidence here. This is the team you do it against because of the way Atlanta attacks teams. It's not a good matchup for Atlanta. I think that's why maybe it is sharp money on the Chargers here coming into this one. Drake London also probably have a big game as well. I do see points here being scored. It's just tough to buck these Atlanta under trends for the most part, but the Chargers defense is slipping just a little bit, over 400 yards the last 2 games. So I think over is the right call in this one with the Chargers and the Falcons today. And maybe I'm rooting with my heart, but you're right, Holden. The winner of this game is more likely to make the playoffs than not, and the loser is going to have to not only make up this game, but also probably win another 1 or 2 extra now if they lose.
I'm higher on the Chargers than I am the Broncos, just so you know, and I've been high on the Chargers for quite some time now. I'm a fan, and I also like where Herbert has gradually increased the passing percentage week after week, right? And now Dobbins is down, so while they like Gus Edwards, I think it is a little downgrade to Edwards. They'll have Vidal out there. They'll have Haskins out
Vidal,
there.
I don't know if he's on our list, but Vidal should be someone. Maybe target Vidal for an ATD, maybe a surprise ATD. If Edwards gets that bulk, I mean, of course he is going to get the bulk, but if anything happens, Edwards is one slip up away from being taken out, maybe injury or whatever too with him. Vidal could be someone to target here today.
Let me look it up here. I'm trying to find the actual number for a Kamani Vidal touchdown. It's not easy to find. Plus 425 is what I'm seeing right now. So
okay, it's not bad. I was hoping
I wanted a 6, maybe a 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, well, a 5 with minimum, but again, maybe there is some action here on those props a little bit. People see maybe experts like me, Holden, seeing what we see in this situation today, and also, yeah, Atlanta completion percentage against Atlanta teams usually do pretty well.
Hey, like button would be great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We get to 2,100. We do a free show tonight, Sunday Night Football. 1 and 4 o'clock slates are behind the paywall. Probably get underway around 1:15 with Keg and the boys, giving out the premium picks. For those of you that don't know too much, you just stumbled across us, we give live betting notifications right to your phone. So you sign up at nukethehouse.com. You can try us out for a week for free. Nuke the Holidays is the code. Nuke the Holidays. nukethehouse.com. Subscribe. Any package. We won't charge you unless you want to be charged at the end of the week. Nuke the Holidays is the code. You got best bets today. Throw them in the chat. Maddie's got to be around here somewhere. Daniel Barry giving a shout out. What up, Daniel? And of course, Stenberg.
Let's go, Jeff.
You, Ramon. This is for you, buddy. Nick Westbrook.
Let's go. A touchdown prop is going to pay our mortgage. That's the way we do it. And just tell them if we fall behind, say, just give me another couple weeks. We've got some touchdown props.
Okay. Good luck with that, Stenberg. And if it wins, listen, then you can get the Nuke the House subscription. He's out in Florida. We gave him a free one for a month. Hopefully he still is going to be hanging around.
I'll try to mention 2 players, but I know you got some hot props lined up. I've looked at them.
Let's get to our next game. Texans and the Jaguars. The Texans are 3.5-point favorites. Just 3-point favorites at Bet Rivers. We've got Trevor Lawrence coming back. We got a total 44.5, 45.5. Depending on where you want to go with that one. This is interesting too, because the Texans have lost 3 of 4, right? And they just got beat by the Titans. They're not playing good. Jaguars just got crushed once again, but Lawrence is coming back. And you got the Jaguars getting only 15% of the spread bets, right? But 85% of the spread dollars? What? At DraftKings? What's going on here, Ramon?
Well, look, it's funny, right? Because the move came in, of course, on Jacksonville, but I think we all knew that. I felt like Lawrence, we needed to get the official word, but all the beat, right? Everything pointed to him returning for the game. So, okay, maybe the squares maybe moved in and moved this one along for Jacksonville, but holding this as a total Texan series. I mean, these Texans know the Jacksonville Jaguars like the back of their hand, 11-2 straight up against the Jaguars. So if anything, you might be getting a little discount here with that move. It's been a gradual move to Jacksonville. You mentioned it. I mean, it opened as high as 5. Yep. In fact, BOL had it at 6, DraftKings 6.5. So we knew that he was going to play. So if anything, that's what I call value. And maybe I'm going to think that the Texans are the side for me here. But look, I think we could see these offenses click a little bit better today, right now. And given the situation that the Texans are in, a little bit pressed here to continue winning right now, while Jacksonville just trying to get back into the swing of things. So maybe I think the Texans can put up some points today. Finally,
Bengals 4-7, 3-point favorites at home. 46 is the total. We've seen this thing. I mean, I'm looking back on the 27th. It was 48.5 on DraftKings. We're now down to 46. Massive movement there. And maybe you can explain that a little deeper to me. The side has stayed exactly the same. Great rivalry here. And I would think quite a bit of money coming in on the Steelers to cover. Tell me if I'm right. or wrong.
Yeah, well, right. Well, here's the thing, Holden. We have to recite the, NFC North situation each time we see a 3-point spread, right? And with these,
Mm-hmm.
with Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Bengals, Pittsburgh not only is this division kind of take the points and go under, but the Pittsburgh Steelers do a pretty darn good job against the Cincinnati Bengals here of late, even with the Bengals' a great success here over the last couple of seasons. Pittsburgh continues to kind of take care of business against these guys time and time again. So if you got Tomlin and you got the points, that's where you usually go. That's where you're supposed to go. And there's no reason to fall out of the narrative, I don't think, necessarily in this one. Now, as far as what you were saying on the total here, maybe we're starting to get a little bit of December chill. But again, you have this division where usually you think under. Now, that's not necessarily the case right now with Cincinnati. They're definitely putting up points, and they're having some troubles defensively here. But just knowing what Pittsburgh does and what they bring to the table, to me, 40, it doesn't seem right. Maybe there's maybe the old trap is in on this one, Holden. Come on. NFC North, and you got something over the magic numbers of 44 and 45. I don't think that's going going.
I'm with you, pal. I'm with you. Like button would be great. Make sure you hit it. Smash the like button.
Team on the under in that game earlier in the week, by the way. Go ahead.
Okay. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. If you're on X, come on over to YouTube, type in Nuke the House, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when we're on live. We will have at least the first half for free tonight on Sunday Night Football, so you'll know that. We get one more subscriber on the YouTube channel. We'll do a free show this evening for you. Okay, we got the Colts who have some major defensive issues. We've got Anthony Richardson who has some turnover issues, coming off a big game though. Patriots, on the other hand, another team. I mean, they can't stop the pass. Good thing for them is that Downs is out. Bad things is, hey, maybe Michael Pittman's feeling better. Maybe Alec Pierce has a game today. Colts at Patriots. Drake May, 4 straight games with a pick. Maybe we can bet that once the game starts. And I'm also seeing the total here went from 42.5 down to 41. The side has stayed pretty steady at Colts minus 2.5 on the road. I don't want to back the Colts minus anything on the road, even against the Patriots.
Well, how about this, Holden? The Patriots have won 7 out of the last 8 meetings between the two teams, and they're conference foes. So, there's a chance that they, now it's not every year, but you know how it works. So these teams could match up more frequently than others. So, it's been a series kind of dominated by the Patriots. So my chat went with the Colts today, but I don't think, I think the Patriots are pretty live here. Yes, Downs has been the guy we've kind of been talking about here. And it's funny because, they kind of re-announced it, but I think we knew he was going to be missing this game. So, I'm kind of backing that move too to the under really here with these two. Again, Colts should be looking to run the ball here, I would think, with Taylor. I mean, I think that's the way to go. But also, for New England here, maybe watch out. Look, you got Ramondre. I get that, but I would actually look a little bit deeper into the running game. It feels like here with New England. Maybe we're talking about these surprise ATDs a little bit, but I would look to Gibson here. Actually, maybe Ramondre can also fall out of favor very, very quickly. And I know you can get in props at mid-game or whatever, but Gibson's been a nice contributor. He's very consistent, but I would think he could sneak up here and make the difference in this, or at least get some numbers here. Maybe we'll look at these real quick. Let's just keep it rolling. But I think Patriots and under for me here in this one. I'll take the points, but
hey, I got the next game. I got a nice little narrative for you if you want to go down narrative street. Cardinals at the Vikings. Vikings 3.5-point favorites at home. Sam Darnold has a turnover issue. There's no question about that. Total's gone from 44.5 to 45.5 at just about every shop today. So I think that's interesting. But then you've got Jonathan Gannon, the Cardinals head coach, coming out, and he goes, we're going to get Harrison Jr. going today. Passing games going through him. 11.5 yards is his total in the first quarter. If you want to buy into narrative street there, Ramon, what do we got, pal?
Harrison's got a great matchup, and that's what the Cardinals should look to do. Look, I know Connor got a contract this week and whatnot, but don't run against the Vikings. You can't. Your Vikings are very good defensively on the run game. So yeah, the Cardinals should be looking to get off with Harrison here, I would think, in this one. But for the Vikings, just control the ball. I know Arizona is kind of the public dog choice of the week. It feels like here, but I think this feels like more of a spot. When I see that, I'm ready to go on a favorite here with the much better team at this point, with the Vikings here, and maybe an under for me here in this one, Holden. Given the Vikings, like I said, defensive prowess against the run, I think their defense still is underrated a little bit. If anything, the Vikings still feel underrated to me because of look how strong their record is. Yeah, maybe there have been some slip-ups here of late, but hey, Arizona's done a nice job. I mean, I'm not going to hate on them here. There's no doubt they are the public dog of choice, it feels like today.
Marvin Harrison plus 120 to catch a pass on the first drive. Let's go. I'm in. I'm buying into Narrative Street here, Ramon. I'm buying into Narrative Street.
He had a great game against the Jets 2 games back. He just, flubbed up last. He didn't have a good game last game.
Nope. Junior Alvarez, Herbert over 247.5. Junior, if you haven't used our free code, you'll find out all of our Justin Herbert thoughts this week. The holidays is the code. Yes, Ramon?
I won't. Well, no, I don't want to tip the hand.
I think everybody loves Herbert.
On Herbert, okay.
Everyone. DFS. Part of that is price. Betting. Everybody loves Herbert this week.
Yeah. Again, like I said, the too high secondary. The Atlanta's not going to deviate from it because they really don't do much. They don't do anything else. They know what they're up against. They're just going to have to try to deal with it. And that's why I think that's why the experts are moving to the Chargers a little bit too.
Yeah. I'll also say this. If you go and look at the second half this season, Herbert, though, has fallen off a cliff. Chargers offense fallen off a cliff. 31st in yards per game at 134. 30th in points per game at 8.5. Opponent yards per game, they're getting a lot more. So this whole team's kind of fallen off a cliff in the second half. Watch out if you're betting this thing to the over live, unless the Chargers are down big, because they just have not performed.
They hit a tougher point in their schedule. I don't know if we want to put Atlanta, even though they're atop the division, but that pretty weak division.
Hey, like button would be great. You want all of our plays here from Keg, from Maddie, up and down the chart. All of our boys are giving out plays. NukeTheHouse.com. Our spreadsheet is full. Again, premium 1:15 Eastern time. Then the 4:00 slate behind the paywall. If you want those shows and you want those plays, all the live plays, you can sign up, get in Discord, get them right to your phone. You don't even have to watch the shows. Go to the bar, watch the game, chill out, get your notifications. NukeTheHouse.com. Subscribe to any plan. We won't charge you unless you want to be charged at the end of the week, and Nuke the Holidays is that code.
I just spent 11 hours on a live stream on Thursday watching football.
Love it. FanDuel has the Commanders 6.5-point favorites over the Titans. DraftKings has the Commanders 5.5-point favorites over the Titans. The under in this one's interesting. 18% of the bets, but 30% of the money. So you're going to have to tell me if that stands out at all on the total, which is sitting at 45.5 or 45, depending on where you want to shop. Is that enough of a discrepancy to catch your eye? 18% of the money, but 30% or 18% of the bets, 30% of the money one way. Does that catch your eye or too small?
I think I'm more interested in the move itself. I think the move itself is legitimate here, right? I mean, look, yeah, we've talked about it every week. I keep selling you Tennessee defense, how good they've been statistically. They still have gone over in 5 straight games on the road. They've improved because Will Levis has returned. Look, I'm not going to try to sell you on Will Levis. He's still a pick 6 waiting to happen here. But for Washington, having lost the 3 straight games, we know their secondary is very, very weak. They've gone over in 6 straight non-conference games. They're allowing 26.5 points per game in this little losing streak that they're on. You had the Titans on the road last week, lighting up Houston of all teams, and Washington, of course, giving up 34 at home to Dallas. Now, you mentioned Ridley should be a real good target here today. Also, McLaurin should have a monster game, I would think, for Washington here. Washington's been over all season long, so I don't think it's going to change necessarily for Washington. In fact, I think Tennessee probably comes in on the back end, is able to get the money here. I don't know if they can win outright, but again, Tennessee continues to be the most overlooked and underrated team because of their poor record this year. But I would trust this coaching staff to kind of, they seem like they're finally getting comfortable a little bit here. We've seen Tennessee improving here, and whatever's wrong with Washington's special teams right now, I think they gave up 2 returns last week, so watch out there. It could be more scoring there as well. But I'm more interested in the move here. I think the move is right to Tennessee in the over.
I just got an in-game notification right now. So Keg has put up 3 more plays. Make sure you check that out. Yeah, Ramon, you just threw 3 more up there. Like button would be great. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. What's that?
Hopefully it was something because he heard me say something,
You think that's what it is? Man, it might be, Ramon. Let's move on to our next game. We got 9 minutes to get going here. Seahawks, Jets. Jets suck. Seahawks going on the road. Geno Smith revenge game. Jets 1.5 to 2-point favorites. The Jets are favored, huh? 41.5 total. Ramon, anybody backing the Jets today?
Apparently someone is, Holden, and I have not been backing the Jets at all. Guess what? I think this one is the spot where I'm going to try the Jets here. And I think the move feels sharp to me, right? Because you're right. In the public, who is necessarily taking, although I don't know what your numbers say. Maybe tickets are close to a split here in this one. But look, the move here is certainly to the under here right now, 41.5 right now at BOL. Offshore here, maybe trickling to the under. Seattle under in 5 of their last 7 games on the road. I think when you got a McDonald defense, they came out of the bye playing much better defensively. They're playing Arizona and San Francisco. They look pretty good defensively in those games. Seattle under in 7 straight games is a road favorite of a touchdown or less with a total of 40 points or higher. And when you get these road favorites off of a back-to-back like this, where Seattle, comes in, it's usually a strong under. Home dogs also off of a back-to-back, off of straight-up losses when they were a favorite. Usually they continue to go under as well, very strong. So there's some of those tricky trends, as I like to call them, where you got to kind of read through the whole thing. But as long as the context is there, it makes sense. And again, Seattle much better defensively right now. You figure with McDonald, right? That's the way it's going to be. And that's what we were waiting for and expecting here. We've seen it already, signs of it. And they're fully healthy, it looks like, kind of offensively for once today. So I still think the Jets here can play enough defense. The whole storyline is, what do they have to play for? If anything, they've actually rallied a little bit in the clubhouse this week. I know it's an easy storyline to say they're done, Rodgers is done or whatever, but if you read the posts like I do, Holden, at least the players publicly are saying, hey, we're all about it right now. We're together. So I'm going to put a little bit of stock into that. If they're going publicly and saying that, give the Jets a big chance. The move's on the Jets and under.
Let's go, Ramon. Jets and under. Rams Saints 4:00 game. I got some Puka bets in this week. I think Puka's going nuts. Unfortunately, you can't get a great price at his 100+, but I love his number this week. Then it's the Rams 2.5 3-point favorites on the road at New Orleans. Hardy total today, 49.5, 49. Yeah, Puka's my guy. You could go Cup 2. What do you got on the Rams and the Saints? My picks for recreational purposes only, but I really love Puka.
I love the Rams offensively here today against the Saints. Now, I worry about the Saints and their offense and this personnel, right? We know that my favorite receivers are out of this game, and they've been out for a while here right now. So look at who they are sending now. credit MVS. He's really looked good here over a couple of games. That's really cool. I hope he continues to look good. I mean, I would like Valdez Scantling a lot, but again, he's just been kind of a replacement for those. They've needed him. But, when you have Wilson and Tipton out there after that, and Williams is going to be kind of a question mark in the backfield. It's going to be a lot of Kamara here. It's not a great matchup here. Taysom Hill is a great option when you have all the other options around. But if you're trying to focus on Taysom Hill and also, of course, I would think Juwan Johnson, the tight ends will be fine here. But for me, I got to think the Rams are set up nicely here in this matchup, especially that passing game here. The tough part is always trying to figure, are the prices too high when you got two stud receivers like this? But they should not be worrying about, and they can run all over the Saints too. I guess that's also a factor. So I am worried a little bit about the props. It's just a matter of how the Rams choose to get there. I don't think they're going to be stopped today.
Okay. Bucks Panthers, the next one. Panthers, playing a little better football. Looks like Bryce Young looks competent. Chuba Hubbard has been good. Thielen came back last week, made a little bit of an impact. On the other side, the Bucks are in a smash spot today. 6.5-point favorites on the road. Doesn't mean they're going to win this game, though. Again, Panthers playing much more competitively. They almost beat the Chiefs. 45.5, 46 is the total. What do we got here, Ramon, with the Bucks at the Panthers, a conference game?
No, like what you're saying, because about the offense, right? Because to me, it is a good spot for the Bucks, especially for the running game. I think with White and Irving, I think they can certainly click because you have Carolina, one of the bottom run defenses in the league. So why not just keep going here? I don't know if there's going to be defense in this one necessarily. I think this one could be. It looks funny, kind of pretty high there on a total at what is it, 46.5, 47 or 46.5. You see a move of 2.5 points to the over on an NFC South game. Looks kind of funny, right? But there's no doubt the Bucks are doing a very, very nice job right now. I know everyone is kind of targeting Evans here. The prices are a little bit high, but there's no reason he shouldn't have a big game too. And in fact, if the Tampa Bay running game is clicking and they have to try to shore it up, that's where Evans is going to be able to get a little bit more free here. It feels like. I don't mind Bryce Young and what he's been doing. I mean, all kinds of concerns still long term, but I'm happy for him, and I would think his matchup is okay if Thielen can get something going. We saw Leggett also look pretty good. I think it's a tough matchup though for him a little bit. So for me, I'll still try the points because I just think it is going to be a high scoring game. Easy backdoor possibility here in this one. I think an over today for sure. And I'm going to, of course, kind of ride with the Panthers here to get that backdoor.
Our boy Matty giving away a free play. McConkey up to 80 yards on the ladder. Let's go. All right, big game at a 4:00 hour.
Final.
50.5 is the total in the Eagles-Ravens game. 51 at some shops. 3-point favorites for the Ravens at home. This could be an absolutely amazing game. Two of the best running backs in the game, Saquon, Derrick Henry, two guys in the mix, I guess, for the offensive player of the year. Saquon, I think he has to average 118 yards a game to have the most rushing yards in a season. The guy's been going bananas. What do we got? Last game, Ravens, Eagles.
I don't think the Eagles are being overlooked necessarily. I think people are kind of on to never going to overlook the Eagles, right? If anything, you're kind of like, they finally come to a heed here, right? Because it's almost like they've done it kind of quietly, which is awesome and amazing at the same time. Now, in this matchup, I think they really it's a terrific matchup for the Eagles. I think the way this defense is starting to play right now, I'm not sure the Ravens are in a good matchup here necessarily, run game or pass game here. I think the Eagles could get away from the Ravens here. Now, look, it's going to be, Ravens are at home. It's a night, whatever. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of other issues that can help the Ravens here. Not to mention their, stud players and everything. But look, I think the Eagles' run defense. If I was going to pick a team that maybe could slow Derrick Henry, and I've failed all year trying to stop Derrick Henry and some of the props here necessarily, but the Eagles certainly can match up with their run defense against Derrick Henry and make all kinds of make it very, very difficult for the Ravens here. So I feel like the public is still going to take the Ravens, but I don't want it. I want the Eagles here, probably straight up, maybe even a little bit of an alternate line. Now, I think what'll happen is maybe it'll be very tight, very, very early, but once the game starts to break loose a little bit, and if we see the teams trade scores by early second quarter, it's on. Holden, and you are going to see a game that could reach well into the 50s here, I would think, in this one. And look, if the Ravens are going to get this one, I think it's going to need to be a lower score. They've got to stop Brown here. Now, Smith being down here probably for this game is a big question mark. I certainly wish I would even be more confident, obviously, if Smith had a clean bill of health, and we'll see. But no, I think it all shapes up for the Eagles, and the long term for the Eagles here too, man. I mean, they're the team out of all these elite teams that we talk about in both leagues right now. It feels like the Eagles still aren't getting the respect that they deserve. They've moved right there to the top of the class with the teams that you talk about as Super Bowl contenders right now. And Jalen Hurts is doing an incredible job. He's the guy that's not getting talked about really here in the league as far as these leaders at quarterback.
Great work again, Ramon. I got to run upstairs. I got a 7-year-old who has his birthday today. I'm super excited about the NFL. Everybody, nukethehouse.com. Subscribe. 1 free week right now. Subscribe to any plan. We won't charge you till the end of the week, so you can cancel it if you don't like it. Most people are re-signing up. Nuke the Holidays. Nuke the Holidays is the code. For Ramon, I'm Kush. Let's go nuke that house. Let's go do it, baby. Let's